Hello and welcome to Storytime at the Seymour Library. Today we're going to be reading Biblioburro by Jeanette Winter. It is a true story from Colombia. Deep in the jungles of Colombia, there lives a man who loves books. His name is Luis. As soon as he reads one book, he brings home another. Soon the house is filled with books. His wife Diana grumbles. What are we going to do? Eat books with our rice? Luis thinks long and hard. At last an idea pops into his head. I can bring my books into the faraway hills to share with those who have none. One burro could carry books, and another burro could carry me and more books. This is his idea. Luis buys two sturdy little burros. He names them Alpha and Beto. He builds crates to hang on their backs and paints signs. Biblioburro, the burro library. Then Diana fills the crates with books. Every week, Luis and Alpha and Beto set off across the countryside to faraway villages in the lonely hills. This week they travel to El Tormento. When the sun burns high in the sky, Luis and the burros stop at a stream to drink the cool water. After they have their fill, Beto balks. That means he doesn't want to go anywhere. Luis pulls and pulls on Beto's reins, but Beto won't budge. The children are waiting for us. At last, the burro gives in and steps across the stream. Deep in the hills, the path is lonelier than ever. Bird songs are the only sounds they hear. Then, from deep in the shadows, a bandit leaps out. Give me your silver. Please let us pass, Luis says. The children are waiting. The bandit scowls at the books, but he takes one and growls, Next time I want silver. This time he's going to get an education. The Biblioburro continues on its way over the hills, until at last Luis sees houses below. The children of El Tormento run to meet him. Luis insists on reading a story before they choose a book to borrow. Today I have a surprise for you, he says. He reaches behind the books and pulls out a bundle of masks, little piglets. Put on a mask and I'll read you a tale about pigs. They're having story time in the hills, in the forest. When the story ends, it's time for everyone to choose a book. The children hold their books close as they say goodbye and walk home. Imagine if your library was on burros. Luis and Alpha and Beto head back over and around the hills, across the grasslands and streams, and into the sunset. At home, Luis feeds his hungry burros, and Diana feeds her hungry husband. But then, instead of sleeping, Luis picks up his book and reads deep into the night. Look how cozy they are sleeping. And away, far away in the hills, candles and lanterns burn as the children read borrowed books deep into their night too. This is the end, and I'm going to read you the end part. People around here love stories. I'm trying to keep that spirit alive in my own way, says Luis Soriano, who is the man that is taking the books around. Biblioburro is based on the true story of Luis Soriano, who lives in La Gloria, a remote town in northern Colombia. An avid reader, Luis understands the transformative power of reading because of his experiences as a school teacher. He wanted to share his collection of books with the children and adults in the isolated villages in the distant hills, where books were scarce. Most houses had none. Can you imagine no books in your house? Luis and his two burros began bringing books to the villages in 2000. He started with a collection of 70 books that has grown to over 4,800, mostly from donations. Now the Biblioburro travels to the hills every weekend. 300 people, more or less, look forward to borrowing the books that Luis brings. A small corner of the world is enriched. Isn't that a nice idea? He had an idea, he worked hard, and he made it happen, and he's helping people. Good job, Luis. So, I hope you enjoyed that book, my friends. It was very nice to be able to read it to you. And until we meet again, happy reading!